This putrid rat meat is insufferable. Help me score a tasty treat, will you? It drives me mad. I've been craving a taste of that juicy jade lotus. Can you find me some in this barren land? I wouldn't mind some meatless meals from time to time. I have stumbled upon some interesting leads. The realm of gold does hold a connection to this desolate land. I hear the realm of gold is where the sun sets. There, they held rats above all others. And somehow, before we knew it, the realm was gone. Quite odd, that is. I just tried those rat guais. They taste like men flesh. Its people are not yet extinct. I suspect the Yellow Wind Guai had a role in their downfall. Our senior brother gave me a piece of gold. I'll need it here when the time's right, he said. It's the right time now. I'm taking it to the right place to give it a try. I just tried those... Its people are not yet... Our senior brother gave me a piece of gold.
Fucking hell. Alright, rat governor. And servant sergeant. Servant sergeant. Neglecting work, indulging in ease, in quiet comfort, seeking to please. When children misbehave and play, they turn fierce like wolves in disarray. There was once a rich landlord who had built many houses. Among them, there was a court where none lived. It had a clear pond, an old elm, and a swing. The village children longed to play there. The landlord, however, ordered his servants to guard the court and allow no one near. As days passed, the children grew bolder. They began throwing pebbles to draw the guards away, hoping to sneak in. They soon came when one of the servants was struck in the eye by a pebble they threw. Enraged, the landlord decided to dismiss the guardians of the court and simply locked the gate, posting notice that read, "Beware the civet guai within, enter at your own risk." The young ones dismissed the warning as nothing but an empty threat. They scaled the walls and entered the elm and gathered the elm seeds, played on the swing, and caught fish in the clear waters of the pond. The laughter echoed through the court. All of a sudden, tiles on the roof came hurtling down, landing near the children. Startled, they cried out loud and drew their parents to court. The adults arrived, shouting for the owner of the place and demanding recompense for the peril that befell their children. After much shouting, a sharp voice rang out from the rear roof. "Begone, mortals, lest you seek your doom." At these words, two blades rolled out from nowhere, spinning in a deadly dance, and left wounds upon many. In terror, the crowd turned and fled. Some Yaogwai cores. Wait, no, I seized the pill.
Disrespect an immortal. My connections in the Celestial Court should give you a good scare.
Hello?
Oh, it's you again. You've rescued the Yaogwai.
The sergeants? Yeah.
Self-refinement is the way to make golden pills. What say you, brave one?
Increases maximum health. Oh, I can make this increase maximum health, maximum mana, stamina, defense, stamina recovery rate, chill resistance, burn resistance, poison, shock.
Uncover the secrets of sky and earth, and thou shalt have pills. All things can be my material, yet I choose the rarest few.
So I can only make 36 of them.
Seek from within to ascend. Seek from without to craft pills.
Hi, Nova.
A wondrous marvel of the universe. From yin and yang, 5 elements emerge. Each nature inherits its unique creation. Each form embodies a universe.
Poison resistance plus 6. And that's just chill. I don't have 3 pearls. This leads me back to the world. Good to know. Let us go to the Valley of Despair. Open the door. What's with the sad face, Nova? Is this a thing? Damn. Oh, this is where we fought the first prince. Neat. Well, why'd you eat so much then? Oh, if you're gonna hurt yourself like that. I don't know. Not sure how PlayStation does their streaming of stuff. Weasel Captain. Wise in the Gwai's wayward hearts, yet shuns the lonely monkish arts. On the yellow ridge of desolation ends a tale by separation. Ever since the strange wind stirred again a Yellowwind Ridge, life had grown harsh for the lesser Gwais. Tiger Vanguard and the King of Flowing Sands fought for dominance, troubling the Weaselkin caught between the two powers. One day the Weasel Captain sat by the sand field, brooding over years of humiliation. Thoughts of death took hold in him, and he found a withered tree. He hung his belt, stepped on a pile of stones, and slipped his head through the noose. Regret came as he kicked away the stones. In agony and dizziness he struggled, but freedom eluded him. Just then someone held his feet, and a gleaming sickle sliced through the air, cutting the noose. The Weasel Captain collapsed, gasping for air, and saw a gaunt crone with a medicine basket. "If you loathe to die, live well," she said, and left, unbothered by his nature. Transforming into a weasel, the Weasel Captain followed her home, a dwelling with crumbling walls and an empty barn. She lived alone after the death of her husband and son, foraging for herbs and to trade in order to survive. The captain, moved by their shared misfortunes, decided to stay and help. Disguised as an old man fleeing famine, he claimed to be alone and found shelter with the crone. By day, he hunted in Yellowwind Ridge. By night, he enlisted stone spirits, or stone sprites, to mend the house. Together they thrived, much to the villagers' envy. One day, two villagers trailed the captain, curious about his hunting prowess. Little did they know, as they watched him, that he would suddenly transform back into his original form, a clothed weasel guy with a gleaming curved blade at his waist. Feeling threatened by a non-human, the villagers spread the tale, and a Taoist was summoned to slay the weasel captain. Not long after the weasel guy was killed, the crone passed away. The villagers, deeming the house cursed, divided the hides and herbs before setting the place ablaze. Well, that was rude. He was just helping an old lady out, and you were like, no weasels here.
I'm here, little monkey. Let me hear my rattle drum. Pa told me, when the dust stops, my cough ends. I know you're not from round here. Don't frown like that. Our village is fun. I know an old man in the stone, and a piggy who steals all the drinks. And at the bottom of that well, that's a secret.
Who's who? That's invisible ball. Oh. No, no. Not today, physics. Ah. And this is the place that connects to the gorge. Alright. You, sir, are guarding gourd upgrading materials, which means I'm gonna have to ask you to step aside, sir. that was apparently the Gorai Taoist. But why he's got a big old sack of eyes on his back, who knows? Wait, his staff has got a toad on top? Oh, it does. Anywho. Gorai Taoist. A strange man with a lump on his back and a staff of blood-red hue. He leaps and bounds with eerie might, 100 eyes glowing in the night. A strange visitor once came to the Temple of Yellow Flowers. He proclaimed himself trained in the mystic art upon Mount Lingtai. Submit now and yield to me the thing, he told the master of the temple, and you will be spared. The beetle commander was sent to subdue him, and the man was sealed in a cocoon sack in the cave. Yet days later, a lesser Gwai brought word to the master that the sack lay sundered, and the captive had escaped. At this, the master gave nothing but a smile. Since his escape from the cocoon sack, a fleshy mass studded with many eyes had sprouted from the man's back. He paid no mind to this horrific sight and continued his wandering practice. He passed through a desolate mountain where bandits ran rampant and nearby villagers lived in squalor. Here he chose to settle and summoned rainfall. By his arts the blasted peaks grew green and with elms and willows, and the slopes cloaked themselves in pines and firs. After his efforts, the once barren mountain saw years of climate weather, and the people of the lowlands flourished in number. Yet the bandits cared nothing for an honest life. They saw the green wood only as fresh plunder, and the growing number as ripe for the hunt. The man then took on the guise of an enlightened monk and went among the bandits' hideout to spread wisdom of the Buddha. In the end, even the bandits forsook evil and came down the mountain to live in peace. Years passed. Then came a day when the man entered the village and raised a ritual staff at the entrance. From its crown poured a blood-red light. Every person it touched fell into a frenzy, tearing at each other as if under the thrall of some evil force. In mere moments, the lowlands became a pit of slaughter, and the ground overflowed with the blood of the slain. On the man's back, the hump gaped wide, with countless eyes unveiled. Slowly, they supped the spilled blood and slendered spirits. In no time, the lump had swollen even larger until it could absorb no more. Only then did the eyes slowly close. The man came back to himself, removed the staff. He then set out for the next place to settle. Alrighty. So it's that time of day where I go walk the dog. So I will be back in a little bit. I have returned, which means we return to the Black Myth. Nope. Well, actually. I did get the vine. So in theory, unless they upgraded to 2.
Cheers! Cheers!
It is 2 vines.
There's no going back to the court.
I am interested. Thank you, Nova. Because he said he was going to be a shop, but I've yet to see what he actually sells.
Rarest stuff to seize, guaranteed to please.
Iron pellet. Increases well from defeating enemies. Sobering stone.
You got yourself a right fine buck. Me goodies catch your eye?
I bought 2 things from you, dude. Chill out.
did you even know I was here? Just Pa and I know of this place. Don't tell anyone, but I have a friend in this well. He helped me with my coughing fit.
It's been so long. I hope his wounds have healed too.
Come down and play with us!
Rotten mutt! And he dares bear our father's title under that yellow wind, why? Brother or not, I will have my vengeance. The kid's dad ran off, and now you've shown up to be eaten!
Well, that hurt.
How can you make your name? Seek the way.
You are an aggressive cat, aren't you?
Food is coming to me. Can't let you flee.
I see. He has very odd timings.
How can you make your name? Seek the blade. To avenge my father.
Right, I need to... have to... Mad Tiger. Yellow Wind invades the land, brothers turn to strife. Father's vengeance left unclaimed in the well of life. Roaring through the mountain pass, a heart that feigns to care. Actions always half complete, dreams in life laid bare. One day the brother of Tiger Vanguard was practicing his roaring technique at the bottom of a well when he saw someone climbing down the vines. Seeing that the intruder had some courage, he refrained from attacking, instead inquiring about his purpose. The man explained he was seeking a bottle of sheep blood to cure his son's wind illness, but he felt now his son was on the brink of death. Hearing this, Tiger Brother devised a plan. He attributed his elder brother's deeds to himself and convinced the man to bring his son, claiming he would treat the boy. When they first met, the boy's face was pale, too weak to climb down the well by himself. The boy was carried by his father by tying him with a hemp rope to lower him safely into the well. Tiger Brother examined the boy and confirmed it was his spirit that had been disturbed by the Samadhi wind. While stopping the wind and sand, no one could cure him. Tiger Brother remembered that his brother had given him a magical gourd. Drinking from it could strengthen one's vitality, and he thought it might keep the boy alive. After the boy drank the water Tiger Brother gave him, he indeed regained some energy and could speak. Despite his long illness, the boy was very polite. He thanked Tiger Brother for himself, praising him endlessly. In the boy's admiring gaze, Tiger Brother found a lost sense of satisfaction. He instructed the father and son to come daily to take a sip from the gourd or the boy would relapse. After several visits, the boy's condition improved significantly. He could walk around, even play in the village, making many friends. Each time he came to drink from the gourd, he would call Tiger Brother Tiger God and share his new food, toys, and experiences. Despite his initial wariness of the father and son, Tiger Brother gave the boy his gourd when he observed the man was sincere and honest. He instructed the boy to keep the gourd close. Heeding his words, the boy's health improved even more. Yet abruptly, the father and son stopped visiting. Tiger Brother waited for several days, thinking that they might have ran off with the gourd. Determined to find out what happened, he went to the village. Upon entering the village, he saw blood everywhere. The villagers had been slaughtered. At the village entrance, there was a thin coffin. Inside lay the boy's body. He still wore the gourd Tiger Brother had given him around his neck. Judging by the wounds, it seemed he had been beaten to death with sticks. Tiger Brother carried the coffin back to the bottom of the well. He decided to wait until he was strong enough. One day he would stop that cursed wind and sand. Aw, Mad Tiger is actually a big old softy. Plague Bane Gourd. Health recovery is halved, but attack is increased for a short duration after using the gourd. So I only gain 20% maximum health, but increased attack duration. Nah. What's up, buddy?
What an excellent fight! The intensity! This is good. You and I should explore that realm together.
Nautmash. Yellow-robed squire. In silken robes that flutter bright, a long-snouted gwai with eyes alight. Drunk with joy, he sleeps on tombs forlorn. His claws catch moonlight, sharp as scorn. Windy, searing sand, a vast waste. A headless monk and a yellow-robed squire rested together under a withered tree. The monk plucked the strings of his saxon, his body swaying gently to and fro. Enough, said the squire, rousing himself. Let's have some peace. The monk's hand stilled. He edged away, then raised his hand to strum again. The squire hastily held out his drinking flask. Have a drink? With what mouth? I ain't got a head. Where's that? Didn't you hear the song? The monk answered himself. Gone. Someone stole it. You should have kept a better watch on your head. The fault is your own. The monk turned away, making no answer. The squire drew a piece of gold from his robe and showed it to the monk. They neither a head nor eyes, the monk warned. Mind how ye swing about such a prize. Could have the thieves eyeing ye. The squire waved a hand. I don't have to worry. I'll come for you if it's flinched. Me? You're the only one I've shown it to. If it's gone, you'll be the culprit. The monk gave a dry chuckle at a loss for words. The squire gestured toward the horizon. There's gold aplenty there. Why should you covet a mere sheet from me? I ain't after your gold, but tell me what gold lies there. You truly don't know? There was once a kingdom abundant with gold. Gold from the gilded Buddha statues, all stripped bare. Even the gold on Buddha statues. Ye ain't a believer in karma, then. Ha! All those golden Buddhas never brought them any favor. It is plain there is no such thing as karma. The monk fell silent. The squire sneered. Tipping his flask, he found it empty, then rose to his feet. I am to await someone at the bidding of my brother. If you want more drink, find me. He tucked the flask on the side. I'll go scrape off more gold and trade it for a better brew. Then we can drink off fill. The monk tried to stop him, so he played at the Saxon, singing a song of karmic justice. The squire paid him no mind. With a wave and a laugh, he strode away across the sands. The headless monk's heart weighed down with discontent. The yellow-robed squire, however, went on his way. The desert air rang long with the peals of his laughter. Welcome back, Nova. I'm just gonna grab a drink from the fridge.
Men in our time do not see the ancient moon, but this moon hath shone on men of yore. Behold! Be it the realm of sunset or the realm of gold, it's but an echo of the past. Legends speak of an ancient, colossal beetle in these sands. Whilst deep in slumber, it lay hidden beneath the earth's embrace. When awakened, it would devour all souls that crossed its path. Its shell, harder than stone, defied the strikes of common arms. It struck fear into traveling merchants and wider to neighboring realms. But a yellow-furred rat sensed the immense power emanating from the insect. He halted the beetle's havoc and harnessed it for his own ends. Overjoyed, the king named the rat Gwai, the royal sage, and built a shrine in his honor. The bound beetle was a perfect source of power, so the rat stayed. He seized the tongue monk using the new power, and battled with Soon Wukong upon the Yellow Wind Ridge. The Gwai's formidable wings veiled the vast expanse of the sky. Were it not for Bodhisattva Lingji, Tongue Monk's quest for the scriptures would have failed. Yet, stripped of the rat's protection, the kingdom was plunged into a state of ruin. The once lush Yellow Wind Ridge now lies a desolate wasteland.
Well, this isn't where I once was, is it, lads?
Hold it! You traveler, back to where you belong. I'll meet your end here.
Well, I have no idea how I got here,
I
good
am the
sir.
vanguard of the Yellow Wind King. I patrol this land by royal decree. A Yaoguai lurks in these sands, a scourge to the common folk. Our king seeks to subdue it. Commoners must not intrude.